Good position is a compromise between aerodynamics, getting power to the pedals, and comfort. It lets you be not only streamlined and powerful, but smooth and relaxed.
Getting that correct positioning on the bike is really the first step in reaching peak performance. Bad position is awkward and often becomes painful over the miles. Position is crucial because each little failure of alignment is magnified into thousands of pedal strokes.
Three-time Olympian Leonard Harvey Nitz has been at this for years. He's developed a silky smooth riding style. Harvey is low and compact, keeping his back flat and his chest out of the wind. While in this position, he keeps his abdominal muscles relaxed to aid breathing. Notice his elbows slightly bent and loose, and his relaxed shoulders. This relaxed upper body makes breathing easier and improves bike handling. When bent, the arms act as shock absorbers against the jarring effect of the road. The grip is relaxed but firm. Hand positions can be changed frequently to reduce stress. Your knees should stay in, like Harvey's, almost grazing the top tube with every pedal stroke. Coaches like Jim Akowitz work closely with a rider to get their best position on the bike.
Good cycling position doesn't come naturally, just as you don't mistake a novice jogger for Mary Decker or see too many first-year snow skiers displaying perfect form on the slopes. Cyclists must learn to work at their position and form. The goal is to have a position that is both aerodynamic and comfortable.
The first thing is to be sure the frame fits. If you can get genuinely qualified advice, take it. For people of average size and proportion, vertical frame size, expressed as the length of the seat tube, can be figured by subtracting 10.5 inches from the crotch to floor inseam. Horizontal size, figured by the length of the top tube, is adjusted by changing stem length. This method, like any, is approximate, but close enough for most riders. Another method of selecting frame size is to stand over the bicycle and lift the front tire. 1 to 3 inches of clearance is what you're looking for. Set the saddle flat and level in the middle of its backward-forward travel. A micro-adjust seat post is almost mandatory. Set the up-down adjustment so that your heels hang no more than an inch above the pedal at the bottom of the stroke, or just a bit higher if you have long feet. Look for just a slight bend in the knee. Set backward-forward seat adjustment so the center of your knee falls directly over the pedal axle with the pedal at the 3 o'clock position. The center of your knee is the soft spot located either side of your kneecap. Use the outside of the knee to measure. Use a stem length that, when seated comfortably and with hands in the drops, obscures your view of the front axle with the handlebar. Beginners can set the stem height a little lower than the height of the saddle, but the idea is to gradually lower it as your body adjusts. Don't adjust it too fast. You're always working towards a low aerodynamic position that is comfortable. Bars vary in size and relate to shoulder width. Smaller riders, and most women, prefer narrow bars of 38 to 40 centimeters. Big riders are better off with a 42 or 44 centimeter width. Set bars and position brakes as shown. Cleats are highly recommended. Whether you use cleats or not, position the ball of your foot directly over the pedal axle. Point your feet straight forward at first, then adjust for the natural direction of your foot. You must not twist the knee. Don't ignore pain. You can seriously injure your knees if cleats are set wrong. Take the adjustment tool along on your rides. Select a range of gearing on a freewheel that is correct for your ability and the terrain in which you ride. More gearing possibilities are available by changing the chain rings. Further along, you may want to change your crank length. Crank length relates to size, more specifically to leg length. While 170 millimeter cranks are standard, longer and shorter cranks have special applications. After getting your bike set up, concentrate on how your body feels during and after a ride. When you're riding 3 or 4 days a week, your position will change. Get your body as aerodynamic as possible without restricting your breathing. Make small adjustments, 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch, and keep track of the original settings, which are easy to lose. You may want to be a bit more forward and higher, a position associated with criterium racing. Or you may want to put your seat back and slightly lower, like most road racers do. This is a good adjustment if you ride plenty of hills or take extra long training rides. This is something you work out over a period of time.
Some have said that good pedaling is making perfect little circles with your feet. To do it, you have to work on the pedal stroke. The obvious part is the downstroke, section 1. But with toe clips and cleats, you can do a lot more. Coming around the bottom of the stroke, you're beginning a kind of clawing motion, pulling the pedal back. or as a teammate put it, like scraping dirt off the sole of your shoe. You carry that through, lifting the foot on the upstroke. Try to be smooth coming over the top and entering the downstroke where you get your power. The idea is to extend this fat part of the stroke.
Pedaling technique is another area where style plays a major role. Some ride with feet flat, some point their toes more, others will lead more with their heels, which is called ankling. If you get cramps in your legs, especially in your calves, change your pedaling technique. Cadence is pedaling speed. 90 to 100 RPM is often recommended, but in practice this is a bit high for many riders. 85 to 90 RPM, or 1.5 pedal strokes per second, is fast enough for most roadies. You will notice that as your stroke gets smoother, you will have less difficulty using higher pedal cadences. Use of rollers can help achieve a smooth pedal style.
Winter, I would say I cut my mileage in half, but I add a lot of other sports like hiking, swimming, and running. During the early season, that would be the time to start putting on your miles and then getting closer to the races.
About 100 to 200 miles a week, but I can do the low mileage because I'll make up for it with, say, quality workouts consisting of, say, sprints, intervals, and hill repeats, and I feel that way it makes me a better racer.
I usually go by hours and try to train about 3 to 6 hours a day, and you probably average maybe 18 miles an hour. Well, it must come out to be about 500 to 600 miles a week.
There's an old saying, piles